people. It's all going horribly wrong. But hello. Hang on. Oh, got googly eyes going on. Well, hi. Welcome to Make It So, Tea with Fee, live at 5. If you're not watching live, thank you for watching on replay. Get a cup of tea and let's have a little chat. I finished something. I have to do like a drum roll. Let me show you. Dun, dun, dun. It's finished. And it's fabulous. So I am delighted with the quilt. It is the Tilda Buttercup quilt. And I will share a link to it on the description. And I need to start off by saying massive apologies. I have gone live Tea with Fee for this is week 3, and the last 2 weeks are not available to watch on catch up. So if you've tried to watch them on replay, you won't be able to. So I do apologise. Hi, Julie. So if you've tried to catch up with the missed Tea with Fees, you can't. So I hope you haven't felt like you were doing something wrong, but they're not actually there, even though they have happened, because I haven't pushed the button to change them to visible. So that is on the to-do list this week, but there's been lots going on this week, so I just thought I would quickly share the quilt finish. And I am currently getting ready for Social Saturday tomorrow. There is still space if you want to come and get 3.5 hours of uninterrupted sewing time, then you are more than welcome. Union Mills Methodist Church, 9 till 12:30. Yeah, just checking my maths there. 9 till 12:30 at the church, and it is amazing how much you can get done in that time. There's normally tea, there's bean cake. I'm not saying there will be cake, but there's bean cake. There's normally biscuits, and more importantly, people that are on the same wavelength as you, and an opportunity to get the distractions out the way and the sewing progressed. So on that note, I'm trying to work out what to take. So the quilt is finished, the cross stitch is finished because I did that the last time I was there. I started the green dress, which you can't see, but it's on the mannequin, but it's a summer dress. And I need somebody to help with pinning the darts and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of feel like it's not the time or the place to take that, which means I need a new project. So I'm sticking with the Tilda patterns, free patterns. And I'm going to make, I'm getting prepped to get ready to take the stuff to put in my bag. And I'm going to make these little makeup bags. This is a free pattern. I'll share it on the page as well. I've shared it before because it's such a good pattern. There's 3 sizes. If you wanted to make all 3 sizes matchy-matchy, I have worked out you need 3/4 of a metre of 3 fabrics. No, 3/4 of a metre of your main fabric, 3/4 of a metre of your lining fabric, and a long quarter of the binding. So if you wanted to make these matchy-matchy in all the sizes, that's how much fabric you need to buy, because it doesn't tell you that in the pattern. So I'm going to make those. I don't think I have enough fabric to do matchy-matchy, but I'm just going with what I've got. So I'll show you the fabric. It's a Tilda, and it's like a little bluebell. And the bluebells themselves are kind of like a top or top. Answers on a postcard. And there's like a little kind of purple leaf. And it's part of their like basic range. So this is the one that's always available. Sophie Basics. So these are one of those ones that never run out. They're not a part of a collection, they're always there. So I've probably got 3 meters of that actually. well, not far off. So I might get 3 out of that, but the linings will be slightly different. And I'll never be able to fold it back the way it was, but never mind. So we've got this for the outside. And then I've got this kind of lilac-y colour. And then this kind of beigey sandy colour. So that's going to make the, oh sorry Julie, that's going to be the lining and the binding. I'm not sure which is going to be which. We'll see what happens. So I've got these. I'm hoping to cut them out before I go tomorrow. I've cut the wadding out. I've sorted out the zips. So I feel like I'm kind of making progress. I've sorted out the thread. I've sorted out the bag of supplies to take with me. It just about closes up. So I'm all good to go. I've got my little quilting ruler because it's easier to put in my bag. The iron and the little mini ironing board, I've got them ready. I just need to now pack the sewing machine and put all this stuff in a bag. And I'm tempted, I'm not sure yet, if I have time, I might test drive this little number. So this may get a test drive today. Let me see if I can, I don't know if this will work. Maybe. So it's basically, it's kind of like a vanity case, but it's for your sewing stuff. Right, let's see. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might just stick it in a bag and take it. But it's got... So this is the lid. I'd be rubbish on QVC, wouldn't I? There we go. So this is the lid, and that's to fit your feet and everything in. But you can take it out so that you could just have it so that all the stuff goes right up into the roof space, for want of a better word. Can you tell I've been camping? The roof space. And then it's got this kind of like inner pocket, and then same on this side. And then you've got more accessory trays, but if you take the accessory trays out, which is what I'm thinking, if I take the accessory trays out, I can easily get, hang on, let's see, leave them out. So my fabric's in there, zips, I think that would fit in there. Let's see, hang on. So that would go in. I feel like I'm going on holiday. Fabric, zips. I mean, if I was taking my time, I would put them in all the different little pockets, but I don't want you getting bored. But they would fit in there. And then that's my wadding and everything already cut out. I reckon that would work. So that's a possibility. We will see. I'll let you know tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I'm going to make tomorrow. I've decided the hardest bit I find when you finish a project, if you don't know exactly what you're going to start next, try to decide, because you've got that many options, can be the hardest bit. So yeah, but I am actually really proud of myself because I've now finished 2 things. I need to look back in my book and work out how many things I've done this year. There's those 2 anyway. We're in the quarter 4, and I can confidently say that I have completed 2 items this year, both of which I started this year. So that's pretty good. The green jumper is on the needles, so that's my sit in the chair and do project. but it's Social Saturday tomorrow, SEW. So I feel like I need to take the sewing machine and do some sewing, which is why I'm going to make these little bags. My priority is to get the little one done because I want to use it to store these in, so that when I'm going out and about, they're in a little transportable thing. This isn't really very good in your bag because it just all falls out. So that's why I thought I would have a go at making these. I'm also going to do a little kind of tester on it because the pattern calls for wadding. So I'm going to do, I've cut out 2 pieces. So I can't remember if it's small or medium size. I'm going to do one with wadding and one with the stiff interface in the Decaville to see what the difference is like in the 2 constructions and how sturdy it is. So I'm quite interested to see what's going to happen there. So yes, that is this weekend's plan. What are you doing this weekend? That's what I'd like to know. Are you starting something new? Are you working on something that's like still enthusiastic about? Or are you working on something that's in the naughty corner at the minute and you're psyching yourself up to pick it up again? We've all got one of those. I would class my dress as that, because I'm at a kind of impasse with it where I can't really go any further with it without assistance. Because, for example, yesterday in sewing, Charlotte was trying to measure a shirt that she's going to merge with something else. And we needed to put elastic round here and pin it to the top because that's where she needs to cut it. Now that is not an easy thing to do on your own, because if you're trying to pin here, then you've moved everything, so it's not sitting really where it should be if you were stood still. So you kind of, some things you just need somebody else to help you. So yeah, so that can't come with me, so it's kind of like in the naughty corner. I did toy with, I wish I hadn't remembered this now, I have toyed with starting the trench coat. Oh, nice. Ooh, I like the sound of that, Julie. I try to avoid the charity shops because it's pretty much a certainty that I will come home with something. So that's why I avoid them. Yeah, so I'm toying with doing, I've washed the fabric to do the trench coat that was inspired by Sewing Bee, however many months that was. So I don't know whether to maybe have a go at that. I might take it with me, and it's always, I've got 2 options in. 3.5 hours is a long time to spend on one project. I might get a little bit fed up. So, or I might finish it really fast and then have nothing left to do. So I might need to take both. That could change things. Anyway, so that is the news from Make It Sew HQ. Oh, apart from. So, if anybody, if you do or do not know, I have a monthly newsletter, sort of. I try to do it monthly. It's not always on the first of the month, but I am trying at the minute to do a monthly one. So this month's newsletter was a little bit different from the previous ones, which have been quite standard and almost like a menu of click these buttons because these are the things that have happened in the last month. This month it was more about an explanation about the membership. So you may or may not know that I use the word had, an online membership, which was discount based, along with a pattern that I had, an exclusive pattern that I had created, a video to go with it, and then you opted in and out of having a box delivered to your house or collected, and that had all of the stuff in it to make that month's pattern. And I've been doing that for 18 months, which is crazy. And the boxes I started doing Christmas 2 years ago. So the boxes will be 2 years old at Christmas. Anyway, if you've read the newsletter, I apologise if I'm repeating myself, but if you've not read the newsletter, why are you not on my mailing list? That's question number 1. And if you are, why have you not read it? I'm offended and upset. Anyway, so the newsletter basically explains that the membership is no longer, and it was quite a quick decision because once I had decided, it was really close to when the money would start coming out of everybody's accounts, and I didn't want them to come out and then have to send it all back again, because that would just have been like a bit of an accounting headache. So I quickly decided and cancelled everybody's membership so that the money wouldn't debit their accounts. The reason I cancelled it is for two reasons, one personal and one, well, both personal really. The personal one for me was, it was actually stressful. I love making them. I love creating the patterns. I love doing the boxes. I love the reaction of people opening the boxes. However, being a one-man band, trying to do all of the things every month just was really tough. And then when I actually looked at the sort of reflected on the last, say, since January, nearly every month this year, I've had another commitment. So I've not been full 4 weeks of just make it so. So that meant that everything had to get rearranged and juggled and squeezed in, which is not what I had in mind when I set it up. The other thing is, I felt, but the reason I wanted to do it was I definitely believe that crafting of any kind is a mindful exercise, and it's like escapism. It's good for your mental health. It's like cheap therapy. And I would encourage anybody and everybody to do some form of crafting, because it's just one of the best things ever. However, what I found was that my idea was that it would carve out time in people's calendars to go and make that month's project, and that wasn't happening. And for those people that were buying the box as well, they were starting to have stacks of boxes like backing up and not finding the time to do them, and I felt like I was contributing to their overwhelm, and that's definitely not what I'm about. So that was another reason why I cancelled them. However, on reflection, I realised that the membership wasn't just about the box and the pattern. It was also about the discounts and everything involved as well. So we now have a new version of the membership, which is called the Discount and Early Bird Club. So if you haven't read the email, read the email. But ultimately, you can see what's involved on my website, and you get discounts in Jones and Onken, Ramsey Craft Centre, New Generation. They're all 10% discounts off everything except the machines, I think. But if you're a multi-crafter like me, they are brilliant discounts, because if you knit or you crochet or you do cross stitch or embroidery, and some of the shops sell paint, card making supplies, so you can get all of those things 10% off if you join the membership. There's also 15% off sewing machine services. So if you've got a basic sewing machine and it needs to get an annual service, PS, you're meant to get them serviced 12 to 18 months, just saying. That could save you nearly £10 straight away just on the one machine serviced a year. If you've got a cover stitch, an overlocker, and a sewing machine, that's a massive saving. 30% off JC Williams books. So that works out at £3 to £4, depending on the book, for each book. Get them signed. And you also, he's churning out about 3 a year. So if you're buying them all, that's another big saving. And then 10% off of my shop. And that going forward will include future boxes. So there will be more boxes, probably after Christmas. Don't quote me on that, but basically I want to still do the boxes, but I'm going to make them, enjoy the process, and then ask if anybody wants the boxes. I'm also going to be, hi Julie, I'm also going to be, oh hi Elaine, I'm also hoping to stock the boxes in some shops, so watch this space for that. But anyway, so you get 10% off the boxes as well as 10% off anything in the shop. The only thing that you won't get a discount on with me would be lessons and possibly the workshops. I haven't got as far as that yet. But again, because I'm not going to be tied to the boxes in the same way, I'm hoping there'll be more workshops. And you also will get first refusal on any of those kind of things as part of the membership. So it's going to be a little card. Previous memberships have been a key ring, but a feedback from that was that some of them had lost them because they were on like a little twisty screw. Some of them got lost. and they weren't cheap to make. So that's kind of a bit like, well, that was a waste of money. So I'm going to go laminate cards, put a hole punch thing in it. And if you want to attach it to your keys, then great. And if you want to keep it in your purse, great. So sorry for waffling on. But to get to the point, so yes, membership, you can buy it online, or you can contact me and you can pay cash, or you can pay online. The link at the minute I have disconnected because I've had a problem with it. So a couple of people have already bought the membership, which is amazing. However, the tech behind the scenes doesn't tell me who. So I now need to try and figure out who these lovely people are that want to sign up for the membership, because it doesn't give me any details. So I have cancelled it for now. I'm going to reissue the email with a different link. So I apologise if you get more than one email from me on the same subject. However, it's kind of important, if you're going to give me your money, that I know who you are, so that I can actually deliver on what it is that you've ordered. So yes, so that's very exciting, and I'm very excited about it, and just sharing what's going on. And I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next, because I already feel like there's this massive pressure has been lifted, and I've got time in my calendar now to be a bit more creative and think a little bit outside the box, and not be restricted to, I've got to get these things done by these dates. So there you go. That was a mouthful. I will put a link actually in this video as well about the membership. Wouldn't hurt. A new link too, so I know who you are. And yeah, so that's what's happened. I haven't gone into all of everybody's sewing journey this week, but we are back on track in the shed. I can't think off the top of my head who's done what. Oh, and that would be some good feedback from you guys, is do you want to know what everybody's working on, or do you not care? No offence to the people that I'm telling you about. Sorry, guys. But if, as a listener, if you don't want to hear what Christine and Laura and Nikki have been up to this week, then let me know and I will stop talking about them. Anyway, on that note, I am going to go and get my dinner, and I am going to aim to, my commitment to you is at some point this weekend, the video will be available on Catch Up as well as in the last 2 weeks, and I will have added the links as discussed in the description and sorted out the email. So I've said it out loud. I have witnesses. Elaine and Julie, if you're still there, you heard me say that, so you need to make me accountable to it. And I need to pack for tomorrow's Sewing Social Saturday. So have a brilliant weekend. Enjoy the charity shops tomorrow, Julie. And I will keep you posted on all things Make It Sew, and speak to you all next Friday, if not before. Thanks for watching. Bye.